3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hello guys, what is up and welcome back to the Sports Shift with me, Ian Marquez. It's race weekend in Miami and we have another sprint. So much to talk about, let's get started. So here we have the driver standings and we've seen a switch since the beginning of this season. Piastri now is in control of the Drivers' Championship. Norris has had a couple difficult races while Piastri has taken the F1 world by storm. He has been in control, very commanding drives, and unless Norris steps up his game, I think Piastri runs away with it. That being said, Max Verstappen in third position has been putting on exemplary performances. His car is not allowing him to compete where he would like. That being said, he's doing everything possible. He's not making mistakes. And I know he had a very controversial turn one with Piastri in Jeddah. Maybe he should have given up that corner and would have a better chance of challenging for the win. But he still lies in third place very comfortably, and I think that will be the lowest that he will go this season. He'll climb, challenge, maybe make Norris or Piastri step up, and who knows, it's a long season. Behind him we have the ever consistent Russell. Mercedes are clearly the second best team in Formula 1 this season. Russell's been putting out very consistent performances, typically getting on a podium, doing whatever the car allows, and I don't think that changes this week. The other cars will be faster than him, but if you make a mistake, he will grab it and he will do everything possible to challenge. Behind him we have Charles Leclerc. He is once again putting up very consistent performances. He's one of the best qualifiers there is in Formula 1. The car is just holding him back. He got Ferrari's first podium of the season in Jeddah. Can that continue? I guess we shall see. Kimi Antonelli is easily the best rookie in the class. He is going to challenge Russell in no time for that top seat at Mercedes. He's taken the Formula 1 world by storm. Can that continue? I think it does. I think he only gets better, and maybe before the end of the season he'll be challenging for race wins. Lewis Hamilton is still coming to grips with the car. Ferrari has just been so disappointing in recent years, not being able to compete at that level. Will they make any sort of changes, any sort of improvements or upgrades that can put them anywhere close to the top step? I guess we'll see, but I would not hold my breath. Then we have the battle of the mid-table. Alex Albon, ever consistent in that Williams car. We also have Esteban Ocon in there. I mean, he had a couple good points performances. We all know Haas is not going to be able to come to the level, but they look pretty quick compared to the other teams down there in that order. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what they have to offer. That bottom of the mid-table is going to be so interesting. Can Williams pull away? Can Alpine find their feet? I guess we'll find out. I think Carlos Sainz has looked a lot better in the Williams. Him and Albon are starting to, form a really good team. And I think when it comes to that middle order, I think Williams is by far the standout. RB has been pretty quick here or there, but have the likes of Isaac Harger, Liam Lawson, and we don't expect them to do too much challenging. Harger has done good enough to get the points that he has, and Lawson just looks a little bit below the quality expected for a Formula 1 driver. So when we move into the constructor standings, McLaren has a huge lead. Who is going to catch them? I don't think anyone can. My prediction at the start of the season looks pretty funny right now that Ferrari can compete. Mercedes clearly the second best team, and Max Verstappen has been dragging Red Bull along the road as usual. Red Bull is slowly and surely falling off a cliff. Whether Max holds them up or just lets them go, I guess we'll see in future seasons. As we talked about the battle of the mid-table, Williams is starting to create a gap. They have probably the two most consistent drivers available. I know Haas has been getting a few points finishes between Behrman and Ocon. Aston Martin, ironically, Lance Stroll has gotten all of their points. Fernando Alonso has had a season to forget so far. All that pace that they had in recent seasons, that straight line speed that used to be so impressive, that is nowhere to be found. And then we have the battle of the rookies, RB, Kicksauber, Alpine. Here they're getting a few points where possible, but just staying out of it. How that funnels out at the end of the season, that will be pretty interesting. But I think these three teams are all levels behind the other mid-table teams. So if you look at the rookie leaderboard, we have Kimi Antonelli just like miles ahead. He has the best car and he knows it. He's making it work. He has hit the ground running, taking full advantage of the opportunity given to him. Behind them, we have the likes of Ollie Behrman and Isaac Hadjar. They both came up in Formula 3 and Formula 2 together. I've watched a few races personally, and I think Isaac Hadjar has quite a lot of quality. Ollie Behrman, I mean, he's there. I don't think he's as good as Hadjar or Antonelli, but he's been probably in a better car than Hadjar, and he's been doing impressive. He's made a few mistakes, but he's been challenging, climbing the order, got a couple points finishes, and it's impressive. You can't knock it. Isaac Hadjar with another points finish recently, and that rounds up all the points for the rookie leaderboard. Behind them we have Bortoleto, Jack Doohan, Liam Lawson, and they're still struggling to find their feet in Formula 1. Hopefully for their sake it gets a little bit easier, but Formula 1 is a tough ask. It's the best of the best, and sometimes you just can't cut it. So McLaren have been as dominant as ever. The question now comes down to who's going to win it all. I mean, Lando versus Oscar, every week it's the same question, and Oscar has taken control of the driver's standings. I don't think Lando is out of it yet. There's still time for him to come back, but where he has been putting in shaky performances, Oscar has been getting front rows, poles, P2s, and when the race starts he just looks so comfortable, so commanding. All of those rookie jitters are gone. He looks so experienced, and Lando better be careful. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now, interestingly enough, Cadillac will be announcing their new team colors this weekend. Something pretty cool, something to look forward to. I know we all want to know what Cadillac is going to have to offer when they enter the F1 world, how competitive they'll be, and I think it'll be really interesting. So we have that to look forward to as well. So, well, let's talk about the Miami GP. As you know, this is going to be a sprint weekend. The sprint will consist of 19 laps. The Grand Prix itself will consist of 50 laps. The circuit is 5.4 kilometers, consists of 19 turns, and it has 3 DRS zones. Pirelli they have opted for one softer compound this week. They are going C3 through to C5. And it's pretty interesting. It's a pretty short circuit, but it does have some high speed factors. So it's located outside Hard Rock Stadium, as everyone knows, and as it's located in the parking lot, this is going to be a little elevation, therefore it's pretty flat track, and we also will have high track evolution as it's a temporary track. So that means that as rubber gets laid down, grip will increase and lap times will fly down. So if you look in qualifying, the earlier laps will be a lot slower, and the last laps, as the timing comes down to the end, will be significantly faster. So look out for that. Overtaking is pretty difficult due to the nature of the circuit. However, they do have 3 DRS zones. They have a very fast straight coming down to turn 17, and that is where a very fast straight on the back through turn 16 and 17, and that is actually one of the 5th fastest sections on the Formula 1 calendar. You can see some significantly high speeds, around 230 miles an hour. Teams will typically opt for a one-stop strategy. The weather can also play a factor in that. We have to look at cloud cover, sunlight. It's going to be incredibly hot in Miami, so nursing the tires, looking after the tires is going to be huge and significantly important. Look for that to factor into decisions later on in the race. They do have a very tricky chicane closer to the end of the lap. I think it's turns 13 through 15, and that's pretty difficult, so we can see some driver errors there. I'm sure we'll see that in qualifying as well as the sprint, and you can expect maybe 1 or 2 safety cars because there's little runoff areas over there. As for the race, we just got news that Miami Grand Prix will be here to stay in F1 through 2041, so it's not going anywhere, and there have been no significant alterations to the circuit. They did do some paving to help for the racing. Other than that, it's going to be similar to last year, probably a little bit faster. So my prediction for the race, Well, surprisingly, I have Lando taking the win over Oscar Piastri. Some might find that surprising. I mean, what can I say? I just think that Piastri isn't going to run away with it. It's going to be neck and neck. One week one guy wins it, the next week the other guy wins it. Norris is due a win. He's had some difficult qualifying sessions and has been trying to overdo it in the race to compensate. I think he gets the job done in qualifying this time. And I have Leclerc coming third. Yes, that means I left out Verstappen and Russell, who have been very consistent, putting in great performances. And I know that Ferrari's been a little bit slower than those cars, but I don't know, just a gut feeling. I think something can happen in the race, and I think Leclerc is able to get another podium for Ferrari. Let me know what you guys think. Am I crazy? Am I making any sense at all? Let me know. Alright, guys, so that's going to do it for this episode. Please enjoy all of this weekend's action in Miami. Let me know who you guys have to win it. Is it going to be Oscar? Is it going to be Lando? Is it going to be someone else? Let me know. Otherwise, enjoy the sprint, enjoy the race, and see you guys later.